And it's Friday today. Hey guys, what's up? And it's the Culture Detective here, investigating your favorite songs. And today I'm gonna be... Is there someone outside? I'm gonna be doing a Radiohead Madness bracket. And the reason why I'm making such a special video is because it's March, and it's actually my 400th video technically, even though it's technically 404th. But if you subtract all 4 of my blocked videos, it's my 400th. So without further ado, let's start recording. Boom. So yes, Radiohead, if you don't know who they are a band from UK, and they are my favorite band ever. Yes, they have been my favorite band ever for like 2 years now. So yes, and also I'm gonna lower the chair. Okay, there we go. Okay, anyway, Radiohead Madness bracket. Here we go. Boom. Alright, so this is, first of all, this is MS Paint because, I'm so professional, right? So I stumbled upon this, JPEG file, and, yes, Radiohead Madness bracket. Oh, damn! And, oh man, I can't wait. I know that the words are kind of hard to see, so yeah, anyway, we have a lot of songs here. So it's gonna be awesome. Anyway, we will be starting off with the CR78 quarter, Creep versus Bangers and Mash. And okay, yeah, I love Bangers and Mash. I love the punchy drums and the very cool vocals, very crazy whack vocals. But Creep just takes the cake here. It's just one of the most iconic Radiohead songs with a very nostalgic chord progression. We have Nice Dream. Yeah, the words are really blurred for some reason. And Go to Sleep. And as much as I think Nice Dream is not bad, yeah, Nice Dream is probably the weakest track on the bends. And yeah, I like Go to Sleep. It's more guitar driven. It has a deserty, country feel to it. Talk show host and Meeting in the Ale, both very awesome B-sides. Talk show host is just so charismatic with the bass, and Meeting in the Ale is actually very jolly, but I have to go with Talk show host, cause damn, the song, and Tom York's vocal performance is just so sassy, And then we have Lotus Flower. It's recording, right? Yes, it's recording. If it's not recording, I swear. Lotus Flower versus and I'm assuming it's the Gloaming. Unless it's there. If it's, I don't know. I think it's the Gloaming, right? It's the Gloaming. Okay, yeah. Okay, so yeah, it's the Gloaming. Lotus Flower versus the Gloaming. The Gloaming is a pretty weak song. I'm really glad that they added the, guitar arpeggios in the live version, but yeah. And Lotus Flower is actually my favorite Radiohead song released in the 2010s. Actually, very close to Burn the Witch and Daydreaming. So yeah, Lotus Flower is awesome, catchy. Body-Snatchers versus Man of War. Which, both songs are great. I think Man of War is a really solid rock track, but I have to go with Body-Snatchers. Oh my gosh, total banger! Very maniacal and exciting and adrenaline pumping, and the chord progression switch is awesome. And oh my gosh, what the hell happened? There we go. Body-Snatchers. High and Dry versus Separator. Nope. Versus a Polk Pool Revolving Doors, the weird, industrial, migraine-inducing track off of Amnesiac, versus the very sweet and mellow track off of The Bends. I have to go with High and Dry. And then we have Separator versus Fitter Happier. Fitter Happier is one of my favorite interludes of all times, with the very cold-blooded and sad computer-generated vocals. But honestly, I have to go with Separator, which is I guess one of the happiest Radiohead songs, if not the happiest. It's just so sweet and warm. And No Surprises versus Kinetic. Oh man, I love Kinetic. So underrated, so entrancing, but of course, it's a no-brainer. I have to go with No Surprises. Oh man. And then I'm gonna finish this up. Creep versus Go to Sleep. I have to go with Creep because, it's just a more iconic song all in all. Talk show host versus Lotus Flower. I don't know. I guess talk show host. Yeah. But Lotus, shit. Let me think. I haven't done this, by the way, so, you know what? I'm gonna go to Lotus Flower because I think the King of Limbs needs some recognition. And between Creep and Lotus Flower, hell yeah, I'm going to Creep. Body-Snatchers versus High and Dry. No-brainer. It's Body-Snatchers. And then Separator versus No Surprises. No Surprises, of course. Boom. Yeah, between Body-Snatchers and No Surprises, definitely giving it to No Surprises because of, how amazingly cold and isolating the xylophone keys are, and, the performances is just so dead inside. It's like, oh, man. And between Creep and No Surprises, it's a really tough call, but I think I'm gonna have to go with No Surprises. Okay, anyway, let's go to the second quarter. And yes, this is this is what Ed O'Brien shouts when he's performing Weird Fishes. Paranoid Android versus Palo Alto. Of course, Paranoid Android, no brainer, bruh. You know what? I might as well fill in all the other slots with Paranoid Android. It's no brainer. It's no brainer. Okay? I already completed the quarter. Paranoid Android won. But anyway, Videotape versus Sulk. Yeah, of course Videotape. The syncopation, the very sad pianos, way better than Sulk. National Anthem versus Dollars and Cents. Oh man, Dollars and Cents is just so awesome. It's just so glitchy and weird and unsatisfying and dissonant. But I have to go with the National Anthem. Just whack. It's whack. The horns, they're whack. And it's frenzy. The bass is terrorizing. Reckoner versus Ripcord. Come on. Of course it's Reckoner. Ripcord is kind of forgettable. Not a bad song though. But Reckoner is just easily one of the most beautiful songs I've ever heard, period. Full Stop versus Life in a Glass House. Another really, really, really tough pick. Life in a Glass House is such a beautiful, but also very alienating and actually a secretly painful, jazzy track. But I have to go with Full Stop, which is also very migraine-inducing and painful. Very dissonant as well. And the break, like the switch, the chord switch, it's just like, it melts my heart. And How to Disappear Completely versus I Can't, no-brainer. How to Disappear Completely takes the pie because it's just so fucking beautiful. I guess, yeah, How to Disappear Completely might actually be my personal favorite Radiohead song. Quality-wise, it's not like all that great, but like it's just I feel like it relates to me in some really personal way. Yeah, and The Numbers versus Scatterbrain, have to go with The Numbers because it's a mellow, cool little track. Scatterbrain is pretty cool too, but I guess The Numbers, yeah, won. The Butcher versus the Down is the New Up. Gonna go with Down is the New Up. Pretty funny lyrics, like the pianos over here. And between the Numbers and Down is the New Up, I'm going with the Numbers. Shit. I'm going with the Numbers. And yeah. And then that's the quarter. Oh, I forgot. The National Anthem versus Reckoner. Are you forcing me to make that decision? Oh my gosh. Yeah. Oh man. I love both songs a lot, but honestly, I'm gonna put Reckoner over the National Anthem because it's just so beautiful. It's like a very beautiful, perfect goodbye song with the sun setting and, you know, your loved one, I guess, leaving your hands in a very, you know, beautiful way. Such a beautiful song in general. Alright, let's move on to the third quarter. Greenwood. Fake Plastic Trees versus 4 Minute Warning. 4 Minute Warning is the last track to the disc 2 of In Rainbows, but honestly, I have to go with Fake Plastic Trees because it's a very sweet, beautiful, but also kind of sad piece of track about plastic surgeries. And, you know, people's views on appearances in general. Glass Eyes versus Give Up the Ghost. Ooh, I love both tracks a lot, but I don't know. Give Up the... I think, personally, I would go to Give Up the Ghost because it's very stripped back. I really like the background sound effects and the guitars. They're sad, but also very calming at the same time. While Glass Eyes, they are pretty... You know, it's a very lonely track, a lonesome track, but yeah. And between Fake Plastic Trees and Give Up the Ghost, of course, Fake Plastic Trees. And you know what? You know, between Fake Plastic Trees and 15 Step, You, Codex, and We Suck Youngblood, it's Fake Plastic Trees. Between 15 Step and You, have to go with 15 Step, because duh. Boom, pa, 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 boom, pam, pa, pam, pa, pa. The 5/4 beat is really genius, and overall it's such a catchy, energetic track. Amazing opener. You is also a pretty amazing opener to Pablo Honey. Pretty theatrical, but yeah. And then between Codex and We Suck Young Blood, I'm gonna have to go with Codex. We Suck Young Blood is one of the weaker tracks off of Hail to the Thief, and Codex is so beautiful. It's the water's clear and innocent. But yeah, between 15 Step and Codex, I'm gonna have to go with 15 Step. It just cheers you up. And the Grammy for performance, mind-blowing. Climbing Up the Walls, oh man, the climax of the song, oh man, obliterating. And Packed Like Sardines in a Crushed Tin Box is a pretty smart, calculated opener of Amnesiac. But honestly, I'm going with Climbing Up the Walls. Between Airbag and Lull, I'm gonna go with Airbag. Lull is the B-side to No Surprises, the single. It's pretty okay, I guess. And between Airbag and Climbing Up the Walls, it has to be Airbag. The cold and hot bass, the very falsely hopeful lyrics. Yeah, Electioneering, the rock banger, the odd one out in OK Computer versus Where I End and You Begin. Honestly, I have to go with Where I End and You Begin. I just really love the punchy drums and the very murky, freaky bass. And Pyramid Song versus Molasses. Of course, Pyramid Song, no doubt. The rhythm of the thing is just so irregular. But, it just fits so well with the cello, with the very forlorn pianos and the lyrics. I jumped into the river and what did I see? Oh man, so painful. And between that and Where I End and You Begin, I have to go with Pyramid Song. And then between Pyramid Song and Airbag, it's Pyramid Song. Between Fake Plastic Trees and Pyramid Song, it's Pyramid Song. Love the hell out of Pyramid Song. And I'm kind of running out of time. Anyway, Street Spirit Fade Out versus MK1. Really? I like MK1 though. Like, I just like how they turned the piano chords of videotape and just, you know, twisted it and distorted it. But no brainer. Street Spirit Fade Out. It's easily one of the actually the darkest song I've ever heard. I mean, I've heard um, like some metal tracks, black metal tracks, quite a number of death metal tracks. I've heard some weird shit before, but Street Spirit Fade Out is, might be the darkest song. And, it had already won the entire quarter. But yeah. Bones versus In Limbo. Ooh, I like it. I like both. In Limbo, I like how very entrancing it is, and dreamy it is, but Bones is just a very solid track. You get to feel it in your bones. And Optimistic versus Like Spinning Plates. Optimistic? Hell yeah. The big fish eat the little ones. Like Spinning Plates is awesome. It's such a beautiful, soul-touching, reverse sound, weird thing. It's pretty sinister. But yeah. And then between Jigsaw, Falling Into Place, and How I Made My Millions, I have to go with Jigsaw. Oh my gosh, the guitar solo is so intense, so fun. But How I Made My Millions, it's really warmly sappy and cold. It's like the pianos and, between Optimistic and Jigsaw Falling Into Place, very tough pick, but going for Jigsaw Falling Into Place. Between Tree Fingers and Lift, I'm gonna have to go with Lift, even though I love Tree Fingers. It's one of my favorite ambient tracks of all time. You know what? I may actually replace Lift with Tree Fingers, but I don't know. I guess they're both equally great. House of Cards versus Vegetable. I think House of Cards is easily the blandest thing in Rainbow, the blandest track. And Vegetable, it's not really that memorable, but I do kind of like it though. And between Lift and House of Cards, I guess I'm gonna go with Lift. Yeah, these are some really weak tracks. This quarter is full of weak tracks. I mean, this small sub-quarter, I guess. A Wolf at the Door is awesome, though, versus Hunting Bears, which is basically this very aimless guitar interlude, which is actually pretty cool. But A Wolf at the Door is soul-crushing. The low-pitched, raspy vocal performance is just... yeah, love it. Beautiful. Identikit versus Prove Yourself. I love Prove Yourself. Oh man, Prove Yourself. But yeah, Identikit takes home the cake. Broken Hearts Make It Rain. Pretty nice song. And then between that, it's A Wolf at the Door. Between that with Lift, it's A Wolf at the Door. And between A Wolf at the Door and Street Spirit Fade Out, hands down, Street Spirit Fade Out. Oh man, I can feel death. I can feel its beady eyes. Alright. Is there another quarter down there? No, thank God. I'm running out of time. Karma Police versus the Benz title track. I have to go with Karma Police. It is the song that got me into Radiohead. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. For a minute there, I lost myself. And the Benz title track is also pretty good with the, rap sung verse. But yeah. You and Whose Army versus Backdrifts. As much as I love the repetitive, migraine-inducing beats of Backdrifts, I'm gonna have to go with You and Whose Army. The muffled vocals and the forlorn guitars. But yeah, and then Karma Police takes home the cake. And yeah, I think Karma Police just won the entire quarter. Yep, it won the entire quarter. And then between There and How Do You, I think How Do You is pretty good though. But of course, There, the very the metallic sounding drums, the lyrics, the explosive guitars at the end, and Lucky versus Melatonin, have to go with Lucky. Pull Me From the Air Crash. It's just such a solid guitar track, that's just very depressing but a little bit happy at the same time. And of course, There wins. It's such a great song. Oh, and then unfortunately, it's beaten by Karma Police. And then Nude versus Untitled off of Kid A. Have to go with Nude. Don't get any big ideas. I just love how mellow and stripped back and milky it is. Untitled is pretty good though. Just wins over Up on the Ladder. As much as I love how angsty and crunchy Up on the Ladder is, Just is such an angsty banger. the chromatic scale, going up the chromatic scale, and Just is better than Nude, you know. And I Promise versus Feral. I think Feral is kind of underrated, even though it's the weakest track. And yeah, I'm gonna have to go with I Promise. A very sweet and beautiful and touching and warm guitar ballad. Burn the Witch versus Staircase. I'm gonna have to go with Burn the Witch. Of course. It's a great track. It's a great opener. I love the very dissonant, ominous strings. And between Burn the Witch and Just, probably have to go with Just. Just do it to yourself. Staircase is awesome as well. Okay, yeah. Fat, Ugly, Dead. Flan in the face. A flan in the face. Idiotech versus Pearly. Pearly is pretty weird, deserty track. Have to go with Idiotech, of course. The beat is ingenious. And the lyrics are just, very anxiety-inducing. And, it just, yeah, there. And Black Star versus Myxomatosis. I'm gonna have to go with Myxomatosis. I love the punchy drums, the very rough guitars. Oh, yeah. And then, for Desert Island Disc versus the Morning Bell Amnesiac, Desert Island Disc, just because Morning Bell Amnesiac is almost like a dumbed down version of Kid A's Morning Bell to me, and Desert Island Disc is a pretty mellow track. Subterranean Homesick Alien versus Go Slowly. Have to go with Subterranean Homesick Alien. Go Slowly is a very beautiful lullaby track, but Subterranean Homesick Alien is just so... it's such a laid-back track. And by the way, homesick is one word, so I don't know if the guy who made this, really knows Radiohead. Well, but whatever. Subterranean Homesick Alien is better than Desert Island Disc, and Idiotech wins. Kid A title track versus Anyone Can Play a Guitar. I have to go with Kid A title track. I just love the, distorted vocals, the actually very, very dark lyrics for some reason, and the punchy, faint drum beats at the end. 2 plus 2 equals 5, not 15. Nice Try versus Lurgy. No brainer. 2 plus 2 equals 5. Nice Orwellian reference. Pay attention! The sky's falling in. Yeah. And then between Kid A and that, it's 2 plus 2 equals 5. Bloom and Faust Arp. Have to go with Bloom, even though Faust Arp is a really nice, mysterious piece of guitar song. Bloom is just beautiful, polyrhythmic heaven. And between Present Tense and In Memory of Harry, I forgot the other name, but Harry something. Present Tense, it's just sad but beautiful track. And Present Tense is, I guess, I like Present Tense over Bloom. And the one track that won is 2 plus 2 equals 5. And between 2 plus 2 equals 5 versus Idiotech, of course it's Idiotech. And between Idiotech and Karma Police, it's Karma Police, yes. Boom. Alright, next up we have Selway, the Selway Quarter, Daydreaming versus Last Flowers. Last Flowers is a very painful song. Nice disorienting pianos, but Daydreaming is just so, it's just so somber. I Might Be Wrong is awesome, such a springy, deserty guitar banger, but honestly, motion picture soundtrack it's death, but in its most beautiful form. Yeah. And of course, motion picture soundtrack over Daydreaming, motion picture soundtrack over all 8 of the songs. True Love Waits versus I Will. I'm going for True Love Waits. The Oslo version of True Love Waits, actually. It's such a beautiful, straightforward guitar song. I'm not living, I'm just killing time. But I Will is still a pretty nice track, I guess. And My Iron Lung over the Daily Mail. I like the Daily Mail, but My Iron Lung is just so good. It's okay to be frightened. The guitars, they're just so angsty and rough and scratchy. Planetalics versus Little by Little. Little by Little is very underrated. Very catchy, actually, but I have to go with Planetalics. such an eye-opening opener for the bends. Weird Fishes, Arpeggi versus Stop Whispering. I like Stop Whispering. Stop whispering. But honestly, I have to go with Weird Fishes because it just hits hard. The fast-paced drums, the way the track ended. Oh. And of course, Planet Telex 1. The Tourist is versus Sail to the Moon. I like The Tourist more. It's such a soul-crushing finale to OK Computer. Sail to the Moon is a very nice, lonesome piano track off of Hail to the Thief, though. And Let Down is better than A Reminder. And then I prefer The Tourist over Let Down. And then I prefer Planet Telex over The Tourist. And at the end, I'm gonna have to go with Motion Picture Soundtrack. Yeah. Everything in Its Right Place versus MK2. I like MK2. I like MK2 more than MK1 because it's even more drunken and distorted and weird. But yeah, Everything in Its Right Place. Hands down! Very entrancing. The pianos are really weird and ominous. And this track, the first time I heard this, it blew my fucking mind out. Oh my gosh. It's like I went into another whole new dimension. And you know what? Yeah. It just won the entire quarter. It just won the entire quarter. You know? Yeah. And Bulletproof I Wish I Was versus Sit Down Stand Up. Honestly, I have to go with Sit Down Stand Up. It's weird. It's very video game-esque. And the raindrops ending is pretty eccentric. Knives Out, Inspector. Inspector is an amazing track. Why didn't Sam Mendes put it in the movie? But yeah, Knives Out. Such a solid, milky, sad track. All I Need versus Thinking About You. All I Need. Yeah. The piano chords in the end is angelic. Morning Mr. Magpie is a pretty weird track. I like the guitar solo though. And Morning Bell Kidday. Cut the kids in half. Walking. Yeah. Morning Bell. Hell yeah. Morning Bell. And yes, Morning Bell right here. And Morning Bell right here. Yes. Dex Dark versus Polyethylene Parts 1 and 2. Polyethylene. But yeah, I'm going with Dex Dark. It's such a dark and, somber track. And the guitars at the ending is just so conflicting. And Tinker, Tailor, Soldier, Sailor, Rich Man, Poor Man, Beggar Man, Thief versus A Punch Up at a Wedding. A Punch Up at a Wedding is an angry but slow piano track. And Blowout versus Exit Music for a Film. Oh man, Blowout is so good. So summery. But yeah, have to go with Exit Music for a Film. Obliterating climax. Very dark track as well. The children noises in the back just adds onto the eerie atmosphere. And oh boy, I filled in like almost all. Okay, now let's pick the top 4. No Surprises versus Paranoid Android. Oh my gosh, why are you making me make this decision? No Surprises is great, but yeah, it's Paranoid Android. The 3-parted magnum opus. And Paranoid Android versus Karma Police. Why are you making me do this? This is torture. Oh my gosh. I love Karma Police. It's one of my favorite songs of all time, but honestly, it's Paranoid Android. Nothing more iconic about Radiohead than Paranoid Android. Boom. Yeah. Kicking, squealing, Gucci little piggy. Yeah. Oh man, the Karma Police, the piano chords, they're just so... They touch my soul in a special way. And Street Spirit Fade Out versus Pyramid Song. Jeez. Have to go with Street Spirit Fade Out. It's so dark. Cracked eggs, dead birds. But yeah, Pyramid Song is just so beautiful. It sounds like the moon. It's so beautiful. It sounds like the moon, but represented in sounds, and it's a sad moon. But Street Spirit Fade Out is just a very sharp dagger to to the chest. And Everything in Its Right Place versus Motion Picture Soundtrack. Honestly, I have to go with Everything in Its Right Place, because it fucking blew my mind. Even though Motion Picture Soundtrack is so beautiful. And then Street Spirit Fade Out versus Everything in Its Right Place. Really? How do I decide? Oh man, I have to go with Street Spirit Fade Out, because immerse your soul in love. It's obliterating. It crushes your soul into all the pieces imaginable. And oh man, Everything in Its Right Place is awesome though. Yesterday I woke up sucking a lemon, and yeah. You know what? I have to go with Paranoid Android. I have to go with Paranoid Android for my favorite. What I think is the best Radiohead song is Paranoid Android. Paranoid Android. Yes. But personally still, How to Disappear Completely is my personal, very, very, very personal favorite. I'm not there. I walk through walls, I flow down the Liffey, but Paranoid Android is just... just think about it. The 3-parted track, the very slow, dragged-on track, the weird time signature, the very funny, witty lyrics, the very weird, eccentric vocal performances, the guitars and the drums. There's nothing wrong with the track at all. Just one of the best songs of all times. Yeah. So, what's your favorite Radiohead song ever? Leave a like if you like. Comment down below. Please subscribe. And thanks for watching. And I'll be doing a Death Grips bracket next time.